Top 5 Pet Behavior Myths Debunked. Have you ever thought everything you think you know about how your pet acts is true? Could some of the things you've always thought, like wagging tails and warm noses, just be myths? Here are 5 common pet behavior myths that may be affecting how you care for your furry friend. Watch this video to find out the truth behind them. Are you ready to tell the truth about pet care and make sure your pet gets the best care possible? Stay tuned to find out. It is not always easy to comprehend our dogs, particularly when we are surrounded by myths and beliefs that confuse our judgment. The purpose of this article is to assist you give the best possible care for your four-legged friends by addressing and debunking 5 popular fallacies about pet behavior. Myth number 5. If your pet has a dry or warm nose, it indicates that they are sick. The truth is, this is not a reliable predictor of sickness in pets, even if they have a dry or heated nose. Temperature and moisture levels in a pet's nose can be affected by a wide variety of circumstances. What the science says, there are a number of reasons that can cause the temperature and wetness of a pet's nose to change. These factors include the intensity of the pet's activity, the environment, and even the time of day. An example of this would be a dog's nose becoming warmer and drier after a nap or after being in a warm place for a period of time. Similar to how a cat's nose can change from dry to moist based on their level of hydration and the amount of activity they have been doing recently. The psychological effects. If you only consider the condition of your pet's nose when evaluating their health, you may end yourself worrying about things that aren't required or missing indicators of true sickness. The look of the nose may not be affected in any way by a number of serious disorders. Important piece of advice. Instead of concentrating on your pet's nose, you should pay attention to their general behavior and the state of their own body. Take note of any other symptoms that may indicate an illness, such as alterations in appetite, energy levels, vomiting, or diarrhea. If you have any worries about your pet's health, you should always come to your veterinarian for a proper diagnosis. Myth number 4. There is a common misconception that a purring cat is always happy. The truth is, it is not necessarily an indication of happiness for a cat to purr, despite the fact that purring is commonly linked with a satisfied cat. Purring is a signal that cats make for a variety of reasons, including anxiety or discomfort. What the science says, purring is a form of communication and a means of self-instruction for cats. It is possible for them to purr while they are calm, but they are also capable of purring when they are agitated, in pain, or even when they are in a state of distress. It is believed that this action has the effect of calming them down or signaling to others. The psychological effects. Because purring is commonly seen as an unmistakable indication of contentment, it is possible to overlook other indications that a cat may be experiencing stress or illness. It is essential to take into account the nature of the environment in which a cat is purring and to study the cat's behavior in general. Important piece of advice. The context of the purring should be taken into consideration, and it should be brought together with other behavioral clues. If your cat is purring but also exhibiting signs of pain, such as hiding, experiencing changes in appetite, or displaying aggressive behavior, you should seek the counsel of a veterinarian to ensure that they are healthy. Myth number 3. Dogs with wagging tails are dogs who are happy. The truth is, a dog's tail wagging is not necessarily an indication that the dog is happy. The significance of a dog's tail wagging can change depending on several factors, including the dog's body language and the circumstances. What the science says, a form of communication that dogs use is the wagging of their tails. The manner in which the tail is wagging, as well as its position and speed, can indicate a variety of feelings. A tail that is wagging can be interpreted as a sign of enjoyment. But depending on the other body language cues and the movement of the tail, it can also be interpreted as a sign of excitement, anxiousness, or even hostility. The psychological effects. The mistaken belief that tail wagging is usually a favorable sign might put one in potentially hazardous situations. For instance, if a dog is doing things like waving its tail and exhibiting other symptoms of agitation or tension, this could be an indication that the dog is potentially aggressive. Important piece of advice. In order to determine your dog's state of mind, it is important to pay attention to their entire body language. The position of the tail, high, low, rigid, or loose, as well as other indications such as the ears, eyes, and overall posture, should be taken into consideration. When you have a better understanding of these cues, you will have a more accurate picture of the emotional state of your dog. The second myth is that indoor cats do not require flea prevention. The truth is, even cats who are kept indoors are susceptible to flea infestations and could potentially benefit from flea prevention. What the science says, it is possible for fleas to enter a home through a variety of entry points, including on humans or other animals. In addition, they are able to keep themselves alive in the surroundings, such as in carpets and furniture. There is still a possibility that an indoor cat could become infected with fleas if it comes into contact with contaminated goods or if fleas are brought into the house. The psychological effects. Making the assumption that indoor cats do not require flea control might result in unanticipated infestations, which can cause your pet to experience pain. Flea infestations can result in uncomfortable itching, infections of the skin, and even more serious health problems. In order to ensure that your indoor cat is protected from fleas, it is recommended that you discuss the matter with your veterinarian. It is possible to prevent your pet from potential flea infestations and guarantee that they continue to be comfortable and healthy by administering flea treatments on a regular basis. Myth No. 1. A double-coated dog's coat can be clipped to help them stay cool. There is no guarantee that clipping a dog with a double coat would help them maintain a cool temperature, and it may even have unintended consequences. What the science says: the undercoat of a double-coated dog is thicker than the outer coat, and the outer coat is longer than the undercoat. Because of the nature of their coat, they are actually able to protect themselves from both heat and cold. When the undercoat is removed, it can disturb the natural insulation that the body produces, which can result in less effective temperature regulation and possible skin problems. The psychological effects: when a dog with a double coat is clipped, it can cause them to lose their natural protection from the sun and heat, which could result in the dog overheating. Additionally, the fur may not grow back in the same manner, which might have an impact on the ability of their coat to regulate temperature. Important piece of advice: your double-coated dog's coat should be maintained by brushing it on a regular basis rather than trimming it. This will help remove any loose undercoat and keep the dog cool. In order to assist them in maintaining a healthy body temperature, make sure they have access to a sufficient amount of water, shade, and a cool atmosphere. Always seek the advice of your veterinarian or a professional groomer when looking for guidance on the most appropriate grooming techniques for the type of coat that your dog has. The common misconceptions about the behavior of pets can be dispelled, allowing you to provide your pets with care that is more accurate and well-informed. Beyond simplistic or misleading myths, having a deeper understanding of the nuances of your furry companion's behaviors and requirements ensures that they will live a life that is both healthier and happier. Always make sure to consult with veterinary professionals, stay informed, and carefully observe your pets in order to address any concerns and ensure that they receive the best possible care. If you found these myth-busting tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on keeping your pets happy and healthy.